Back out at Hank Aaron Stadium, Melanie Newman for the Mobile BayBears, joined by BayBears hitting coach Jason Camilli. Camilli, thank you for taking the time out of your day.
Thanks for having me.
So the BayBears have come out in the second half really aggressive on offense. They've won 12 out of the last 16. What have you been working on with this, guys?
I think it's the culmination of the mistakes that we made early on in the first half and the guys learning from it, and just overall just guys developing and getting better.
And so they've really came and attacked as far as base running, but also their at-bats. Is there one you've stressed more than the other?
I think the thing I've liked to say that I've done is keep the message constant, always repeating and keeping everything the same, and that's always being ready to hit. We're always looking fastball and just sitting in their zone and just not wasting a pitch.
And someone who did come in ready to hit, Garrett Webber, in addition back to the team, who you seem particularly happy to have come back to Mobile.
It's real nice to kind of have him kind of anchor that middle of the lineup for us, especially a veteran hitter, an intelligent hitter, a guy that can do damage at in that spot in the lineup, and being a right-handed guy to kind of alleviate a little bit of pressure potentially for a couple of the lefties that we have there. Just breaks it up, and he's been great.
So from the perspective of a former player but now a coach, how much do you see how one player can affect the rest of the lineup?
I think it's tremendous. I mean, not only on the field and in the lineup, but also just having a guy like that around the clubhouse and in the dugout. And he's not an old guy, but he's a veteran guy. He's played at the AAA level. He knows how to play the game right. He talks about the game the right way, and it's especially good for a lot of these younger first-year guys here that we have.
And so with all of the roster moves, that did include sending Kevin Medrano back down to Visalia. What do you think he needs to work on, but what do you tell guys who go back down not necessarily at the product of their performance?
I don't really think Med needs to do anything different. I mean, as far as the up and downs, that's out of my hands and everything like that. Med's a really good baseball player. I had no doubt that he was going to come here and be able to hit. I've seen him for 4 years, and the kid he hits. That's just all there is to it. He's a good baseball player, solid defensively. Obviously, having a guy like Webber and having that impact right-handed bat led to that decision, I would think. But Med's going to go down there and do what he does and help Visalia, hopefully carry him all the way through in the playoffs.
And while the BayBears try to make it to the playoffs themselves, they've also been working on scattering hits more consistently throughout the game. Was there anything in particular you pinpointed with this team?
It might just be a little bit talked about more focus, especially with guys on base and the little things that when we were kind of going through our little bit of a rut right towards the end of the first half and stuff, those were the things that we were missing as an offense, kind of extend innings and stuff like that. And they've taken to it right now, and we're able to do that, and we've been doing that.
So overall with this team, as they continue into the second half, starting to wind things up, what's one thing in particular you notice overall?
I think the guys are energized. I think right now, I mean, this part of the season, especially with the heat, guys tend to wear out a little bit. You hear a little bit of complaining and stuff like that. That's one thing now. I mean, 32 games into the second half, we're not hearing it. Guys are fresh. Hammer's done a great job of breaking up the on-the-field stuff and just trying to keep, eliminating a lot of the workload, so to speak, for the guys, and it shows out there because we're stronger and faster than all the other teams out there right now, I think.
So you mentioned breaking up the schedule and the heat playing a part. The team has very limited outdoors batting practice right now. What was the approach? How have you seen it pay off for them?
I think it's just that this time of the year, these guys being older guys too, they have good solid work routines. They're guys that can come here and basically just hit in the cage a little bit and show up and play the game. That's just kind of been one of the biggest things for them too, is that this part of the year you have to be real careful with guys and not to overwork them while they're still getting quality work in, and I think we've done that to a T.
And another change that's been made, a lot of fans have noticed you're spending a little more time at third base coaching while manager Robbie Hammett coaches from the dugout. What was the tactic there?
Hammer came up with that idea himself. I think he probably wanted to do it because he didn't want to run out to third base anymore, and he wanted the old guy to do it. But I love it. I actually do like it a lot. It's a great experience for me. It just kind of opens up things I haven't done yet. I've had a few games out there when manager gets tossed and stuff like that. But to be able to go out there and see it from that angle and just kind of play things out, I've loved it.
Hopefully things play out for the BayBears tonight again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again with BayBears hitting coach Jason Camilli, this is Melanie Newman. When we come back, Justin Baker will have first pitch for you between the Jacksonville Suns and the Mobile BayBears.